Hello, people. Welcome to this live stream. I hope you are all doing well. I have gone and got the orange done at last. It took a while. I look like a very much an anime character now, which is great. But hey, I said I'd get to 4K. We get it done, and it just took me 6 months. Sorry about that, guys. Evening, Manny. Evening, Daniel. Evening, Nat. Evening, Paul. Evening, Ashley. Evening, Mike. Evening, Todd. How are we all doing this evening? Hopefully, Sheffield Wednesday can sign some players this week. That would be the best thing ever. But I think I just made the most comical joke ever in Sheffield Wednesday signing players. So we will see. But I thought the game at the weekend, we weren't actually that bad. But, of course, everything got derailed by all the stuff off the pitch. Everything got derailed by everything. The conversation, the whole lot. And you know what? It's so flipping annoying at the minute because you want to be talking as how good this team is at the minute just to being in 10th, considering where it is. But the thing is, we need players. We desperately need players. And at this moment in time, you can't see where they're coming from yet. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Conor McGrilly. I can't say. Kind of thing. He started doing a championship football video channel. Really doing well. It's really good stuff as well. If you get a chance to watch his stuff, please do. He is a Sheffield Leeds United fan even. Sorry about that, Connor. But it's good. It's very, very good. He's got some really good takes and I'm impressed by it. Hey up, mate. How are you? How are we all doing on the whole mental health score? Put your mental health score in 1 to 10. 10 being great, 1 not being so great. So let's see where we're all at because I like to keep people's mental health in check. I think it's very important in this day and age that we have a mental health check-in to make sure we're all doing okay and we are all fine. Because I won't lie, at the minute it's been a bit up and down my end. Just got a lot of things not going to go into that are just not great at the minute and could really do with it just going a bit good. 10 for Manny, just what Connor's channel, great stuff. He's good in that. He's really good. He used to work at Zamora Live. He did his uni at Sheffield Hallam as well, which is good. So yeah, we're in this kind of silly position at the minute as a club where at the moment we desperately want to get players in. And the game at the weekend, I think it showed how much we're going to miss Charles in general. That midfield just is so well run when he's in the squad. And it's going to take something really special for us to replace him. I'll be honest with you, I think it's very difficult to replace him. I don't know how you replace him. He's been that good. You hope that the Chelsea lad, the Chelsea loanee can stay there. Because it is sounding like if the Chelsea loanee can stay there, they may be able to get up to keep him for a bit longer. And that's something I would like to do. Now, getting on to the game. We started horrendous. Let's be honest. We started absolutely horrendous. It wasn't great at all. We could have done without the bit of a mistake from Beadle. I watched it back. You could see what you're trying to do. It just didn't work. On that one, as a keeper, you want to smother it and keep it in your hands. It's like he couldn't get his hand down fast enough to get a hold of the ball. And it ricocheted to a lead player and they've taken the chance. On goals like that, it's a case of a bit better coming out. He did everything right apart from the save. Transfer incoming. I'm dusting off my boots as we speak. Don't think we got anyone with Shea. Well, I don't think we have. The closest we got is Barry, and the whole point of Shea being in was to rest Barry from doing as much running. That was the whole point of him being in. And that's the thing. You look at like Nathaniel Chalavar being injured. And you just think, right, that's annoying because he's someone who I thought you could probably see as a little bit of that replacement, more in the defensive midfield side and looking for that path than the running aspect. But it's one of those things where we got to see what we can do and hopefully we can get the right thing done. But again, I don't think we did that well. He does some flip when he gets up for the rebound, which I don't help it. Yeah, I think so. I saw that well, Todd. I think he'd gone to make the secondary round rebound, and it's one of those unlucky things. And at the minute, we don't have the luck. Beadle definitely had him there with the first, but he got more he got us more points than he lost. Exactly, actually, that's the thing. That's where I can't be too critical on him because he got us a lot more points than thing. He's probably the reason why we're not down in like 18th or so fighting for it. Ian, mate, I hope you well. But it's one of those things where you look at the game as a whole. We got back into that first half quite quickly. We had a lot of corners that were really well tested in one sense, but I felt we should have been having pop shots at Melier because he's not a great keeper. I don't think we took our chances there. And I think that's something I, as a fan, I'm slightly annoyed about because I would have wanted to see us test the keeper who hasn't got a lot of confidence from his back line. And the only person who seems to back him is his manager. And you can see when he comes for crosses, he doesn't know what to do. He's very easy to beat at the near post. And we kept on trying that and it just couldn't work. I don't think Leeds were there for the taking as such. I think the game deserved to be 1-1 then 3-0. But we just didn't take our chances. Josh tried to be played as a striker. We know he's not a striker. He's a number 10 or he's a player that cuts off inside the other side. But I think that's the thing. I think 1-1 would have been a fairer scoreline. I think 3-0 was a flat as them a little bit. I thought Masaba did well. Gassama tried to use his pace. I think one thing that I will say is the referee let that game really flow. We are so used to turning around and giving referees a bad rap and stuff. But I actually think that ref let that game flow really well. And we weren't having to have too many issues with it. And I think that's something that was good. Because in a derby, you want to see it thing. I think there's the reason to be positive at times, but at the same time, I get why people are negative. It's so difficult when you constantly hear the negativity coming out in bit sections of the club, and it just does your head in. No shame in the performance. I can get over it. Going into it, I felt something at the lane. Yeah, it did feel that way, didn't it? It did feel that way. And second half, he made changes. And and let's just forget the handball. Yeah. What handball? What handball, Ashley? I don't know what you're on about. I thought we looked slightly better defenders, corners. Her Whitway was fantastic. And it's weird how one player comes in and changes it for us. And really changes it. And I think with that, you're going to have to take some doing to probably beat him. 27 people in, 15 likes up, people. I much appreciate it. The gap between the teams coming down in penalty and team trying to... Yeah, it's a massive gap. You will sometimes get a Luton who will go up and then not really be able to bounce back. And that's the thing. I still don't understand why he took Icky off. I think he's not played enough minutes, mate. I generally think it was more he just not played a lot of minutes. And I think it's a case of let's not overload him because you don't want him to get another injury. And I think he went for a bit more of an attacking thing because he felt like they were there to be got at. And the second half, they really did feel like they were there to be got at. And the thing is, it's the same with Josh. The reason he took Josh off, I sounded a bit bloody German then. The reason he took Josh off was the fact that he wanted to do it. Well, the manager said 20 million versus 100 million squad. Yeah, there is a point to that. There is a point to that where you go 20 million versus 100 million. And it was just their quality in the end that really got them through, really. Because I think the second half, we played some good football. I think we deserved the goal at times with how we were playing. We just don't have that finisher. We don't have that finisher at the minute. And the thing is, that is someone you're probably looking to try and bring in this window, if we can do. Like, right now, as we know, we brought no one in. And there's 2 weeks and 3 days left till the window goes. Kind of thing. How do you bridge the gap? You bridge the gap by making it a fair playing field, but that won't happen. You got to remember, parachute payments aren't voted on via the teams in the Championship, via the teams in League 1 or League 2. They're voted on the Prem teams. So if you're a Prem team and you say, hey, we want to keep parachute payments, the team below doesn't get a say. And the EFL have to just pander to whatever the Prem says. Well, when I win the Euro Million Mega Jackpot, we'll see what I can do. You got 250 million. But it is that whole thing where you look at the situation and stuff. And that second half, we tried to huff and puff. I thought Ugbo made some okay run, but they weren't there. And that, I've seen Ugbo get a lot of crap for that like little chance he had, where if he just got his head on it. But I look at it again, and I'm not 100% sure if he heads that, he gets flagged for offside or not. It looked like he came back onto an onside position, but I think if he heads it and it goes in, knowing our luck, it probably goes offside. And the way that whipping in, I don't think he had chance to just readjust his net. He'd gone to go for it. But I think he's seen the lineman and gone, am I on or am I not? And again, that's a case of a player just out of confidence. Just out of confidence, he's gonna struggle. That little split second where he would normally just go, sod it, I'll get a head on it. You're not gonna do. And it's just like margins. It's like when they scored the goal, it was an excellent break. And when you look at it, Razamani, or however you say his name, excellent goal considering he had to get back up again. And then the goal that they scored, right at the very end. And I got it wrong, by the way. It's 3 million and 12 million. 3 million quid to Naka. I want to just make that clear. £3 million, not 8. I think there was a player that we're looking at with that 8. And it's just really good improvisation when it's gone into the box. And you're just thinking, okay, good improvisation. Fantastic. Brilliant. Where do we go next? And the thing is, you duck yourself down. You go, good performance against top of the league. 3-0 was a goal line that flattered them. And you now go back to Sheffield and you go, let's go and get these talks sorted. Let's go get these talks sorted and stop saying and all these stories. Like you could see it in the press conference afterward. Danny was very much story after story after story. Let's just get it all done. And the problem is that's down to 2 men. Danny sounds like he wants it. I don't know about DC. No one knows about DC, what's going on. 42 people watching, 16 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. I'm just... I might just get this out the way, Jay. I don't see no future, no nothing under the clown. There's no hope, no ambition. I don't blame Dan. No, I get it. I do get that. I get that kind of thing, G. And I think we all have that kind of situation at the minute. I think there's a lot of us who are in that camp. But again, he owns the club. There's not a lot we can do about it because he doesn't care. He doesn't care if we protest. He made it very clear. If you want to come to the club and protest, don't buy a ticket. That's worth with don't buy a ticket. And I know some people are going to say, well, he took that out of context. English isn't his first language. But that's the thing. He did apologise for it. But at the same time, I get it. I understand it. The feeling at the minute is so hard to see an outcome where we could get something. I hope we get this Japanese lad in who's having a little spell with us. Because I think he looked brilliant on what I've seen on highlights. Don't take highlights as gospel. But he got a fantastic free kick on him. For my perspective, I hate how big... Yeah, but I think everyone in the Championship, unless you've got those monies, hate it. Like, not Southampton, Stoke, Norwich, they've had them and they've waited them and they've not managed it. It doesn't always mean you're going to automatically go back up. It doesn't always mean that, because a lot of teams do knacker it up. They don't get it right. And that's another one of those things. Like, one of the big things is Luton could potentially get relegated and still have parachute payments in League One. Parachute payments in League One is just a cheat code. You were right. Leeds were rapid. Their break was annoying in quality. Yeah, it's just so good at how they played. Us fantasy better. We do, but at the end of the day, we have to just keep supporting the boys. There's nothing we can do at the moment unless a proper protest get taken and it seemed to get sorted. It's like, it was on national media. Every media was speaking about it. Josh in his interview said it's just a Wednesday thing. It's what happens. And that's how the players feel. It just happens. So that's how, for people who were saying, oh, it can affect the players, that's how they're feeling. It just happens. It's the thing here. It's just one of those things. Ian, how you doing, mate? I wish Wednesday had the same model of Brentford, Brighton, Fulham. Yeah, I think everyone wishes they had that, but it's very rare you get those models and then they work. And the problem is, if it doesn't work, you get crap saying it don't work. But it just feels like we're stuck having one model as it is, which works now and again. And that's the thing. But getting back to the game, I don't think we played that badly. I think we did okay. Protest is about making awareness about the problems nationally to buyers and the FL, not just to hound. I understand that, Mr. J. Mr. J. Right, I'm going to say this very, 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 very clearly. I understand that. But how many times have we seen club protest and try and get potential buyers and nothing come in? Reading have been doing it for 2 years and still don't have a takeover. Still don't have a takeover. It's not happening. Birmingham got lucky because their owner, they got them in eventually. But it took them years to get them out. I'm not saying it's all right about making it a national thing and seeing. And the thing is, you say protected buyers. There's an issue here. If DC doesn't pick up the phone to a buyer, you ain't going to sell the fucking club. He can duck and dodge as many phone calls as he likes. He's the owner. He's not going to pick up if he sees something or meet with someone. I just don't see it. There've been so many chances we've had people come to try and invest or come to try and do a takeover and take the club off, and he's not interested. That's your issue, kind of thing. That's your big issue. I get it's about doing it, but you say here it's not just to hound DC out, and I get that, but we could make a rather. I'm not saying don't protest. If you want to protest, protest. I just already see that we're already getting spoke about and it's stuff like that. The thing is, you can get more of it that the protest, it gets back to, say, Thailand, that's where you'll probably make a bigger impact. That's my thing. If it goes back home, there's more of a chance that it could happen. So I will say this as well. It's hard having Chansiri as an owner when he doesn't want to back the club. We have 14 days in January when we're still not signed any players. I agree. The best protest is not to go. Best protest not to go isn't the best protest because he doesn't care. I got the thing, Glenn. I am not going to turn around to another fan who's taking their kid and go, don't go to the game, when that could be their only Saturday they get with their kid. And that's what they do. I ain't going to do that. That's not what we do. If that's someone thing, because someone will do that, they'll go, that'll be their one time, and they'll get shit for it from fans online. That's where it's going to cause problems. I get it. I understand it. I'll get shit come shirt release because I'll be buying shirts and they'll be like, you're funding DC. My free shirts that I buy this year are not going to make a blind bit of fucking difference. It's the Wednesday way. We all do Wednesday coast, the green we, and we just have to take the ups and downs. We need to get Donald Trump. So we do not need to get Donald Trump in to sort this out. That's the last person we need. But I get the sentiment a shake-up. Realistically, DC should lower the asking. We don't know what the asking price is. Like, genuinely, what Adam Shaw said, we don't know what the asking price is. Let's be serious, because there's the thing with that, the statement come from a Twitter account, which I trust. I do trust the Twitter account, by the way, but you've not heard it from him. It's like a third party, and that's the thing. The mindset now is to get to 50 points, become safe, and we aren't going nowhere near players. I agree. I think that's the good point. I think 50. I think that's why we've heard Danny constantly get to 50 points. Because I think he's secretly gone. I don't think it's happening. Dead of the dodo on transfer news, Steph. The only bit of news is the Japanese lad who's been training with us. There was going to be a decision Saturday or today. Before we do anything, we need them to sit down and talk. Transfer news is dead. Maybe something in Smith going, but I don't know, because one of the things is that Smith was spotted at a kid's birthday party on the Sunday. So a lot of people are just wondering if he got that game off because it was a kid's birthday, which I'll be honest with you, I don't have a problem with. I heard Chris Waddle, Clinton Morrison, Stuart Dahl saying the same thing. They believe he... Oh, a lot in the media, and a lot who have spoke about it in the media said he's got to go. A lot have said this. And like Mr. J said, he's right for making it known to the media about it. And it's very hard not to with this club. Wait, am I funding DC? The negative is causing a lot of problems for the team on the pitch. How? Hang on. Your statement there doesn't work, Glenn. How? How is it causing a lot of problems for the team? You heard that it was tense from Bernard, but if it was causing problems for the team, they would have downed tools when they went 1-0 down versus Leeds. They didn't. That's a team not causing negativity on the thing. And how do you know? You've heard it from one player. One player doesn't make a team an 11. Careful with how you word statements. By saying that it's causing problems for the team, in terms of players, I get it. But if you're saying causing problems for the team, i.e. getting transfers in, that I agree with. But if you're saying players, I don't think it does. I don't think we'll sign anyone. So to let someone like Smith go, who contributed a fair bit as last year was to be fair, Danny's already turned around and said that he can't let someone go until we bring someone in. Kind of thing. He said that. He basically said that. I generally actually do believe the reason why Smith was dropped out of the team was it's his kid's birthday. I generally believe the stuff I saw on Facebook saying about it got to be a dad today. And I agree with that. Any team who's in the top 10 at this day sees this as an opportunity to push and try. Yeah, they do. And sadly, we don't have that. Again, I go back to what DC said. If we're mid-table, what's the point? That were his words. His words were, we're mid-table, what's the point? We won't push. They were his words. That says it all to me. I only think the team spirit is good, but the staff, I think, is a bit different. I think the team spirit is good. I think the staff is a weird one, because I think until this whole situation with Danny and DC gets sorted, you're going to have tension there. And I don't think that's the bit that's going to be great. But it's how quickly they fix it. 60 people in, 21 like others, likes of people. Much appreciated. The atmosphere Wednesday hasn't been good all season, Glenn. Let's be honest. Before this all happened, the atmosphere had been crap. Before any of this came out, you were saying it's flat at Hillsborough. And this is before any of this came out. So it's nothing to do with it. The atmosphere is flat at Hillsborough because people can't afford to go. That's the reason why it's flat. The people who would normally spend money and go to games and stuff or get a season ticket, they've been priced out. They are completely priced out of the game at the minute. The only thing that caused a problem for the team was Chancery in 2023. 3-0 loss versus Sunderland at home, 2 goals in 8 minutes. True. We are overperforming a lot. We've been the bottom 5 teams. We have a freak of a manager. If Danny goes with the mud, I agree. I do agree. I do think we probably will be struggling again if it happens. But we have these spells. We have these spells where it's going good and then something happens. It's going good, then something happens. The season we got promoted, going really good. We were happy. Then we throw another banner in the rent because of whatever. It's weird. I'm not going to accept that as... I'm not going to accept that as a fan. I'm going to walk away, to be fair. I'm not going to accept that he... Try that one again. I'm not going to accept that as a fan, I'm going to walk away, to be fair. Hey, Mark. Hello, Jake. And we'll find out in the next 10 days when the window shuts. Back Danny Rose will sell the club. If Danny leaves, it'll become very toxic. It will become very toxic. I agree with you. I think it's going to become very toxic. But it is one of the things. It will become very toxic. But Danny got to get backed. Danny needs to have it. When it's going good, that is a very good point by John. When it's going good, chance theory happens. That does seem to be a thing that happens. I don't know if it's one of these things where, because I'm really weird when I say it. Is it a case that chance theory want credit where credit's due for doing good? Does that make sense? I don't know. If they don't stick together when Danny Lee, Chris Powell should be immediately given the spot. I can probably see that happening, considering DC made a point of saying he was the one that brought him in. I could see that happening. I generally could. That would be interesting. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, I will take a back seat. I get what you mean now, mate. I get what you mean. All right, Jake. I think DC and Danny will sort things out. I think we will sign players. DC has to go through, just like the leaflet said at Leeds. Just has to go, though, like the leaflet said at Leeds. If fans want me to go, I'll go. Yep, I agree. I get what you mean now, Glenn. Maybe DC knows if we reach Prem, he can't sustain us. Yeah, but if we reach Prem, surely that makes it easier to sell us. No, Chloe. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. He knows he can't do it, but surely that means we're an easier club for him to sell. I fear Danny could walk if he doesn't get back. He's the Champions League winner with Bayern Munich. It's not found him. I agree. I think he could walk. It'll be interesting. Bit of the conspiracy theory for you. I like a good conspiracy theory. Being a student in Sheffield with a season ticket, I'm fortunate enough to go a lot of games, especially this season. The atmospheres have been significantly worse than it have been over the last few seasons. I think it's down to the ticket prices. I think it's down to ticket prices, and I think it's down to season ticket prices. They are very, very expensive. And it's one of those things where I think a lot of people hasn't gone on that reason. Like, I think a lot of people bought season tickets knowing Danny was going to be here and tickets for the games. No, don't need to apologize, mate. I get it. I understand it. I get the rhetoric. I get it. I've struggled to do videos on topics this last week because it's just so negative. I don't like talking about my club in a negative fashion, but I keep having to talk about my club in a negative fashion, and it absolutely does my head in. I swore not to renew my season ticket. I ain't stopping in the stadium until he's no longer the owner. You may have to wait until he's a certain phrase under. The 3-0 loss defeat it didn't feel like a 3-0 loss defeat at all. It felt very much like the scoreline didn't have the whole story. I don't think we did bad when they played us at our place either. I think we had 2 games where we had a good chance of getting something out of them. We didn't. And it was just the quality that shone through the 2 games. And I think that's the annoying thing. Any offers for anyone over 30 have circles. I love Byron Smith, etc. But we need to be more ruthless. I agree to a point if you can replace them with better. That's the key one there, Ashley. It's if you can replace with better. If you can't replace with better, no point. There's no point if you can't replace with better. It's got to be better than what you got. And I think that's the issue. We want to replace with better players than what we're letting go. And that involves money. That involves investment. That involves a good scouting thing. You can, with a fantastic scouting network, make a team cheaper chips and it do fantastic. But you have to then buy into the infrastructure at the end. You have to buy into a better training facility. Look at it. We haven't trained on our pitches for 16 days because the pitches are frozen. On Wednesday night when we play Bristol City, we are not going to be able to play the passing game we want to play because our pitch is going to be cut up because we've been training on it. It's that kind of thing. And sometimes I don't always say the best thing to you, the rest of you. I'm a big... No, Glenn, I respect you. At the end of the day, you always apologise. We always have a good debate and we always friend at the end of it. That's how I always say it. Better and younger, yeah. If I saw Chance on the tree, I would definitely tell him to get out. I just can't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I get that. What's happening with Shay Charles? Going back, Liz. That's what's happening. He's going back. A lot of the reason why Shay Charles is going back, though, it's looking like Chelsea are going to recall their loan from Southampton, which has then done a domino effect on us, where we're losing Shay. Now, there's a possibility Chelsea don't, but when they recall him, we will have to put in another loan fee to get him back because technically it'll be a second loan again. So it'll be another loan going forward. That's the thing there. I'm not 100% sure if Shay can get loaned out again. I think he can. I know what you meant, mate. Hopefully we can get this Japanese left back to sign, as supposedly has got a few Bundesliga waiting for him. I've seen it. He can play centre back as well. I hope we do. Knick-knack. I know what you meant, mate. Agree, but though players will be gone soon, God, so better or worse, we need to replace them. I'd like to get money for them, Ashley, but we need to make sure that if we get money for it, that we can use that money going forward. Catch you next time. Cheers, John. Have a good one, mate. Have a good evening. The only way I can see a realistic possibility of him selling the football is the football government bill, because I can't see him passing the test to get a license down the club. That I do agree with, Liam. I think that is I generally do think that's the only way you can see him going. I generally don't think he'd get a license. And I think there's about a good dozen or more clubs who are in the same category as that. The key man is Danny and his girls need to be utilised with better resources. But like you say, it is what it is. Yeah, if he goes, he goes. There's nothing we can do about it. Whoa, a wild worker has appeared. Someone catch him in a suitcase so he can go have fun with his girlfriend. Evening workout. About the time workout turned up. Yeah. But I think this is the big problem we got, right? Is weekend, great performance versus Leeds. Happy with it. I thought we played well. Goal line didn't predict it. The protesting gave us all the kind of thing. You have ITV talking about it. You have Guy Sport talking about it. They're all talking about it. That's what the protests do. The problem is, does it get back home to Thailand? That's where it needs to go. Because I think if it goes back home, it causes more issue. But again, I don't want us to be like interfering in their stuff. Oh, Thailand. What's their paper called? Bangkok Post, that's it. Have a look. Let's have a look. China Bitcoin, debt relief fund. Like, again, there's so much, like, stuff that's happening over there. Like, crypto stuff, like, their exchange ain't great. If guy pundits into their fans that asked them about probably... I think a lot would say that, but there are still, shockingly, some people who are backing him. There are some people who will back him, who are still behind him, and what he wants to do. And generally, it took years Bournemouth to go from non-league to decent Prem side. Yep. The protest is giving us recognition on TV and some self-pity to get a buyer. I don't think it'll get a buyer though. I think it'll do two things. It'll either turn people away, or people will try and get in touch and they won't. No one but remember Glenn Chansey paid for the players and who hired Danny, so he should be king. Get fucking credit for all the goddamn on the pitch success, eager maniac. The frustrating thing is if he could be something special, if people work well together and sort the difference out. At the end of the day, I said it multiple times. Sit down, talk, put it behind you. Don't be petty. Don't hold a grudge and crack on. You do that, you got a fighting chance of maybe being able to do something. Maybe. But you got to crack on and give it us now. Please tell me there's a new paper called the Thai Times. It's the Bangkok Post. Protesting will work, but it has to be done on a scale where there's so much media coverage of peasants that might through Hill Park with no coverage done. I think the other thing you've got to make sure you protest that you don't piss off the EFL. If you do protest, you don't piss off the EFL with it. Because the last thing you need is pissing off the EFL because of, say, you've done something that stops the game or something like that, or someone comes on the pitch. Don't give EFL credit or give them ammo to give us something at us. So that's the other thing you don't need. And that's the hard part. If the club had a proper protected owner with Danny as the manager, definitely get. Oh, I agree. Yeah. And give the fans what they deserve. The tie back is 42 to pound. It's normally 45 to pound, so it's okay for those. So for Chansey, it's okay then, isn't it, Liz? So it's that whole thing. So in that sense, it's okay. But you get taxed a lot if you take money out, though, don't you, Liz? Because you live there or did live there. I can't make you think you still live there or live there. Just fed up with the owner throwing tantrum because people are crediting the club for anything and not persist Chansey. Be over it, mate. A lot of people are taking Danny's role side, which they believe we can back on the Prem. But do you think, in your opinion, everyone should be taking... I don't think anyone should be taking sides, to be fair. But with what has happened in the past, I won't lie. I can understand. I believe the man who's said stuff in the media about stuff. He said, I haven't had something spoke about transfers, and then said that he hasn't spoken until December in the fan forum. So everything that Danny said makes sense. I think, like Danny said, all the stories need to stop and they need to get on with it. Ian Punk, love the hair, my friend. What a time to be when to find. Cheers, Dan. Yeah, this was for hitting 4K 6 months ago. Finally got it done. I'm about as on time as Chansey is. If you were talking about what Reading did, they're one step further, and it was it's the right thing to do, but it's not if you then get fined and then do stuff. And again, it hasn't worked. They still don't have new owners. Reading are still waiting for a takeover. That's not happened, so it's not worked. It got eyes on it. Yes. But it hasn't worked. And they got fined out the wazoo by the EFL and got told if it happened again, they were going to get a point deduction. Reading in League 2 dies. Reading in League 1 just survives. That's the thing. The protest could backfire also, like last time, where you refused to buy player. Going to be interesting week. Yep. Chancellor might continue inviting some of the Thai TV company to sponsor us. Leeds have hindsight. I doubt it. I doubt it's a good idea. It's a good idea, Paul, but I doubt it. I believe his specific name is seen as quite toxic to go anywhere near Paul, but the Chancellor is fine. But I don't think the Chancery names are great as it used to be. You got to remember when Thai Union got Red Lobster and they let that die. It's not showing a healthy kind of thing. The company as a whole is making money, but I'm not too sure if it's as good as it used to be. I don't think it's as bad, but I don't think it's as good as it used to be. I think it used to be a lot better. And I had to still say, yeah, but also realistic. If Danny left at the end of the season, who would you like to see as a replacement? Todd, I would have no idea right now. I would have to wait and see who's available at the end of the season. I think the idea of someone said about Chris Powell's a good one. But I don't know. I haven't even thought that far, and I really should. I'm just enjoying with it kind of thing. And with Reading, lots of potential takeover parties are waiting for them to be in the Championship to actually consider any purchase. The Reading women team had died already, hasn't it? They're chucking all the straws they can to get their hands on it, surely. I'd never had 100 million, so I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. All right, Liz. I get that. If you did, you'd be helping, wouldn't you? Chelsea basically bought all their players, best players. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's that thing. You look at it, and I've been thinking about it today, and I don't see DC picking up the phone to someone. I just don't. I do feel when he said in the thing, my club, he means it as it's his club. It's not anything else. And you want everything. This should be the season where we are pulling together as a fan base and as a club back behind the scenes and on the pitch, going, we're only a couple of points away from playoffs here. We could actually do this. Shit. But that's not there. It's been derailed. It's completely been derailed over this. I will say, to give a little bit of context, Danny was the one that started it in the press. Don't get me wrong. He did start it in the press. But at that point, alarm bell should have been ringing to Chancery going, hey, something's not right here. I better talk to my manager. Why did he say it in the press? Let's get it sorted and let's speak. But he's not done that, has he? He's waited and waited and waited. And for someone who gets told, apparently, everything that happens on social media, I am flabbergasted that he didn't know what was being said about in the media. And again, everything should have been about how we play really well against Leeds. And everything is all about this. He managed to make it all about what it shouldn't be. We should be sat here right now, in theory, going, let me bring it up. And I'll literally do what I want to be talking about and how I want to do it. I want to be sat here right now going, oh, Sheffield Wednesday in 10th place with 37 points. And West Brom are in 6th on 41. We are so close to getting to that playoff spot. We should be going for it. Let it go. Let's see what Danny and DC can get in. We're only a couple of plays short. That's what we should be concentrating on. That's what we should be talking about. That's where we should be mentality-wise. But we're talking about this fucking bullshit every time. It's every time something that feels like it's going right for Wednesday. And it's so annoying. It's just so annoying. It really is. It didn't have to get this far. They could have been squashed easily. They could have been squashed months ago. Or a month ago. And we wouldn't have been none the wiser. Like, generally, we wouldn't have been none the wiser. In every case, I've been told everything in social media, even Chancellor in the style of Anna Deck, evening Prime Minister from Celeb. Yeah. In Chancellor, as he did not as if before us. Chancellor would only be too happy to not spend any money on the transfer window. That's why he didn't bother asking about any players. Could be true. Could be true, Steve. At the moment, it's looking that way. He had done it before. Remember the season we went up? Didn't really give Darren what he wanted to a point, and we barely just got up. If it wasn't for that miracle and Windass goal, we'd be still in League One right now. Save even more conversation. Save him more conversation with his brother asking for money. That's the rumor. People have got going that it's all coming for his brother. That's the rumor. Hang on a minute. My OCD going. That's not on. There we go. If I don't put that on now, it'll stay on that chair, and I'll get annoyed. The thing is, here's the thing for me, right? Wednesday, if anybody who can get in touch with Danny or DC and just get them to talk, get them in a room, get them in a car, and get this squashed. The quicker we get this squashed, the better. Very, very simple. The quicker this is squashed, the better. And again, it's all those things. Given that he's always been very cagey over his other bits. Actually, what his actual business is. That's my personal theory, anyway. Fair enough, mate. Get him in a room, get this squash, let's get it sorted. Let's get the last little bit of transfer window done. Get two centre backs in. Get a striker in if you can, and let's just see. But it just feels crap. Feels like it feels weird. Like I said, I want to be talking about being in 10th place and close, but it's not. Even with the meeting, sorry to be negative, but I can't see anything good coming from. I can't. To be honest with you, I've been having that feeling as well, Liam. So don't worry, you're not the only one on that one. The meeting, I've been having that kind of thing. I'm going to wake up or quickly need to make a video and it's a corner flag. And it's a case of mutual difference, a mutual agreement. Best we go our separate ways. But I think DC knows if he does that, he's well and truly lost the fan base completely. But the problem you've got is they have to have this meeting. They have to talk. Even if it doesn't come the way we want it to as fans, they got to have this meeting to try and solve or salvage something if he can get them to stay. So if I'm getting my special magic bubble back out. But it's crap, innit? It's crap. Being a Wednesday fan is never easy. Being a Wednesday fan is never the bits you want to happen. Sorry, there we go. That makes more sense. I feel like Chansiri knew he wasn't going to invest, and that's why he called the drama when he did. Possibilities, another good theory. 47 people watching, 27 likes. Get those likes up, people. I'd much appreciate it. If we can get that close to 40, it'd be better. It feels like everything's been said in the fan forum and press conference, and it feels like their relationship. Listen to what Danny says a little bit. Listen to what Danny says. He has said that it's not unrepairable. It's repairable. It can be fixed. And I actually do believe him on that one, Liam. You might call me deluder. You might call me thick for that. But I actually believe Danny when he said the relationship can be repairable. I generally do think that. On his side, I'm not too sure on DC's side. That's the side that I don't get. I'm guessing Chansey was hurt with Danny wanting to talk to Southampton. Yeah, but DC should have also known it's a big club. If a Premiership club going to come in for it, that's the club that was going to come in. And the thing is, there's so much that we don't know. Again, we've gone back to, oh, do we believe Darren or do we believe DC? Shit again. I always don't think Chansiri would be bothered if he lost the fan base. He wants to do everything himself. He's already shown numerous times what he thinks of that. Yeah, but I think if he lost the fan base, it's harder. It's a lot harder for him to do anything. In one sense, if he's lost the fan base, he can go, I don't need to put any more money. I don't need to buy any players. But yeah. If you play, but I also think it Chansiri dealing with, yep. Yeah, I get that. Thing is, all speculation bolts about Danny actually wanting to talk to them. We don't know that it being true. Danny has said he wanted to go, but not been sat there here as FD's vendor. DC is idle. He's hurt because of this, and just grow up, DC. Yeah, I get that. If we get talk of any new players in the next couple of days, that will be a big step forward. It would. That will be a massive step forward. You're right. Talk of players will be a huge step forward. It will mean something's happened. No, I've made my glasses worse. It feels weird and attempt to certain people to keep peddling Danny out to wanting to leave. Chansey is acting like he's been cheated on because Southampton tried to take Danny. It just again, it's weird because we actually don't know the ins and outs. Again, we're getting he said. And I'm not defending Danny. I'm not defending DC. It's one of the things we don't know. Speculation at best. Like, this is where I should be making most of the chances of talking about what players we could get in. And I'm sat here talking about what the chairman and manager might have said or have said. It's weird. A guy who thinks in Thailandish and beat Thailand speaking with a bloke who thinks in German and beat German discussing English transfer market in English, something out of the meaning of life. Yeah. I think we've got to take everything. We take everything we hear with a massive pinch of salt now. Like, generally, we have to take everything with a big pinch of salt. Danny Roll was great talking on TV, avoided trouble when asked about everything, no trouble. Yeah, it's the difference between being media trained and not. Let's put it that way. It's the difference between being media trained and not. And the one thing Danny is very, very media trained. Very well. And it's going to get harder before it gets better for us. And we know this. And that's the thing. Like, I literally, right, I'm going to read you 2 comments here, right? No bother if he stays or go. This is on the he said, she said, he said, more lead drama, right? Not bothered if he stays or go. Can some of the masses who view him as a special please tell me what he's done? Okay, he kept us up in the championship last season. Full stop. What else? Reply to that if you want. If you want to go, let him go. As soon as Chansiri starts this game and falls out with the manager, then we know what's coming. Roll wants out. I think. Don't blame him. We are an absolute joke. The end of the day, not a single one of us knows the full story, and if we don't know, they have NDA through the roof. You might think that. So Chelsea are not considering bringing bottlers from Southampton. If that's the case, get the loan fee agree and get Charles back, because you could see in that game versus Leeds how big a miss he was going to be. Cheer for that, Mike. I hadn't seen that. Can it get any worse, Punk? Yeah, it can. It can get a lot worse. If DC really does have enough and he doesn't want to buy a buyer, get a buyer in, and he's had enough, he can put us in administration. The only thing that does get you someone getting us out of the issue, but that point deduction, that's everything. And you've got to think, if it's administration, do the administrator go, you can't play at Hillsborough now because your owner is not going to allow you to play there? It could get a lot worse. Gets harder before it gets better. Critics like Sheffield when they has kids and stuff. I'm not doing the political thing. Danny is a good manager, but even if he leaves, there'll be someone else to take over. We may get even better long as we consider the championship a successful season. Doesn't Chancellor doesn't sign NDAs, yeah. Ian, mate, hope you well, mate. Derby only went in time because Melmoy didn't want to find a buyer, so wanted the administrator to. Again, that could be something that DC does. He said it, I don't want to find a buyer, you do it. The only positive we have is Chansiri was at the league game. You would have seen how good Charles actually is. Yep. They're the real rubbish ground the other side of the city. Yeah, but they got this stupid thing called a lot of money and good people who understand football. Sadly. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up here because I have been going for an hour and 5 minutes. It's been a really good stream. It's been really good to decompress though, because I feel like we're needing to decompress a lot. There is going to be a watch along on Wednesday night versus Bristol City. We will have a debrief on Thursday night, and on Friday we'll have the roundup and there'll be a preview. There'll be news throughout the week as well. Tuesday you'll have your preview for Wednesday night game and whatever stuff breaks. But at the end of the day, the one thing I will say, remember the one thing that we can take from all of this. We are all Wednesday, aren't we? We need to be not divided. We need to come together and try and support the lads as much as we can, even if all the crap is going off the pitch. Support the boys, support Danny while he's here, and let's just pray we get the thing sorted. I was going to use a turn of phrase, but at the same time, I'm not going to use turn of phrase because I don't want to say that name. But at the end of the day, we're all Wednesday, aren't we? We need to come together. We need to be divided. We need to not be divided. We need to be together as one and see where we happen. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I agree with what Rachel said. Sheffield went to the penalty, the family. Ugh. Right, I'm going. I can't speak anymore. Bye.